So come to sitting on your mat and make sure that you're comfortable. So are you warm enough? Are you too warm? Get yourself as comfortable as you can, given your circumstances where you are right now. And settle. So settle into your body. The mind and the spirit will come through our practice, that settling, that melding together, mind, body, spirit. Adjust and have a bit of a wiggle and see how you're feeling. So closing your eyes now, taking the crown of your head up towards the ceiling, but in a very soft and relaxed way. So if you're starting to bring tension into your shoulders and your hips and your legs, then ease off. Find that balance where you are long in the spine and the neck, you are lifting, but you're not holding on too tightly anywhere else. So only you will be able to find that perfect point where you are long and lifted, but relaxed at the same time. Our breath work today is going to be very simple. We're going to simply inhale through the nostrils and exhale through the mouth. But we're going to combine the breath with our thoughts and hopefully with our feelings as well. So with every in-breath, think about filling up and expanding and moving your body. Again, in a gentle and relaxed way. If you're finding that you're bringing tension into it, ease off. So we're filling up and we're expanding. So I want you to experiment now with taking each breath as deep as you can, as wide as you can, and as expansive as you can. So forwards and backwards, that movement of the chest, bringing the air into the belly or feeling of bringing the air into the belly. Even up under the collarbones. Your breath isn't finished until you have that very full feeling in your throat. So make sure that you're getting that feeling as well, right into the throat and neck. And just hold for a second on that feeling of fullness and expansion before you breathe out. And then when you breathe out, we're going to breathe out through the mouth. Carry on practicing this breath as I'm talking you through it. The out breath is one steady, slow stream, as if that breath is just leaving your body in a ribbon of air, going out in front of you, extending all the way across as far as you can possibly get it. But the consistency there from start to finish. So we're trying not to have this jagged breath that's busy and bitty and broken. We just want that beautiful, steady, slow stream leaving your body at that nice pace, even pace. And we're going to marry a thought to that out breath. And then when you're empty, completely empty, hold on that emptiness. Wait until you really want that next breath, but not to the point where you're going to have to gasp it in. So everything is soft, but controlled and steady and even. And if you have a breath that just doesn't work out, practice leaving that behind and moving on and focusing on the here and now. No regret for something that didn't quite work. You have a beautiful opportunity every single second to start again. So with the in-breath, we're going to be bringing positive energy and thoughts into the body. And by the way, I hope you're still carrying on with this breath right now while I'm talking. Don't wait till I finished to start. And with the out breath, we make space. So while you're carrying on with the in and the out breath, think about how you are feeling right now in this moment. And in the moments leading up to this moment, this morning, maybe in the night if you woke, maybe even the sort of leftover bits from yesterday. And I'd like you to focus on something that wasn't comfortable, that you didn't enjoy feeling. Probably, if I was to guess, I would say there's a high chance there was at some point where you were chastising yourself, beating yourself up about something. Try and find that thought and find one that is something that comes up regularly for you. So for me, it is not doing as much as well as I think I could and should be, which I don't think is a very helpful thought. Just go there. But that's something that just pops into my mind. So I have to work on that. I have to examine it. And I have to say, is this true? Is this, So we don't need to go that deep, but I want you to find that thought. And then with every single out breath, I want you to let go of that. Blow that thought away, blow that negativity away, and find that beautiful, bright, empty space ready to receive the complete polar opposite. What is it that you'd like to feel more of? For yourself, completely for yourself. What do you need more of to feel more whole, more complete, more settled, more peaceful, more contented with who you are, where you are? And that's what you'll fill up with every single in-breath. So if those thoughts don't immediately come to mind, don't worry. Just focus on a feeling of letting go and filling up. And let the universe give you what you think it thinks you need, not necessarily what you think you need. So if you haven't already got your eyes closed, close them now. Let's breathe together just for 3 breaths. So exhale, inhale. Hold, exhale. Hold, inhale. Hold, exhale. Hold, inhale. Hold, exhale. Carry on at your own pace. If that was too slow, go faster. If it was too fast, go slower. There's just such power in breathing together, the collective breath. Us all in sync around, all over the place, just breathing together. And with every out breath, letting go, just one thing. Distill it down, just let go of one thing, make space. And with every in-breath, letting positivity flow in and settle in. And one more breath here. If you're comfortable where you are, you might like to elongate in breath and especially the out breath. If you're comfortable and you want to stay where you were, stay there. And then gently bringing your chin to your chest. Well done. So chin to chest, nice and strong. Think about that lovely stretch all the way down your back. How far can you get that stretch? Squeezing in, and then engage the muscles in the front of your throat and your neck to squeeze those. Push the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And release. Big, strong movement there. Come off very slowly. And let's go all the way up, taking your chin up towards the ceiling now. So the back of your head to the top of your back. And again, intensify the stretch by sending your chin, your lower jaw up to the ceiling. Stretching those cords of your neck into the top of your chest, and release when it gets too much, and then come back again. You only need to release for a second or two, find that relief, and then come back. Repeat as needed. Think about opening up communication, opening up your ability to say what you need. And release, coming back to center. Take your right ear to your right shoulder and keep everything else still. That's the challenge. The left shoulder wants to start joining in. Leave it where it was. Right ear to right shoulder. Nice big stretch down the left side. We're going to do some nice side stretches today. So good warm up for the neck here. Think about letting your head feel heavy and the weight of your head doing the stretch. Everything else is soft, relaxed, but engaged. And then coming back slowly to center. Ease off. Don't come up too fast, and over to the other side. Your head is heavy enough to make that into a very good stretch if you let go and let the weight of your head fall to the side. Still keep that nice breath work going. And through your practice, if you found that helpful, bring yourself back to that feeling of letting go, emptying out unwanted negativity and bringing in all the good stuff. And then come back to center. Okay, turn now. So head turning over to the right side. Nice sharp turn. And then slowly round all the way to the left. Very nice. Back to center. We're going to take a breath to open up the chest a bit more. So take the arms out to the side. So touch the floor beside you. Turn your palms to face upwards. And then we're going to take a big in-breath where we are here. And then on an out breath this time, take your hands up towards the ceiling. Turn your palms outwards. Bring your arms down, breathing in. And then up and out. In, up and out. And in. And taking your right hand in front and left hand behind, a little bit of a twist. So take your fingertips to the floor, press them down to enable you to bring a big twist into the shoulders there, and turn to look behind you. Open your eyes wide and stare around as far as you can. Remembering to breathe and release your hands and allow yourself to ping back. And then let's go over to the other side. So left hand forward, right hand back, touch the floor, press your fingertips down, open up the chest and twist at the same time. Crown of your head pulling gently up towards the ceiling. Remember to stretch those eye muscles as well. Remember to smile. And we're going to be ready to release here. Release your hand and allow yourself to ping back. Right hand down to the mat on the right side, sliding it away. Actually, hold on 1 second. Change the cross of your legs, just in case your feet are falling asleep. And then, so we go right hand on the right side, sliding over, left arm coming up. First little side stretch. Just a nice little start there. Notice how you're feeling in your hips. We hold so much in our hips. Those muscles around the hips. Anytime something uncomfortable happens, whether you realize it or not, those muscles tense up. They're getting ready to let you run away. And then if we don't run anywhere, we don't need to run anywhere. That tension can just stay there in the hips. So that's why hips are associated with strong emotions. And we store a lot of trauma in the hips, in the pelvis. And we're reaching up now, coming out and over to the other side. And left hand down, left hand slides, right hand and arm coming up and over. Watch out for the levitating right sit bone, ground it back down. Throughout your practice, think about where you are in contact with the ground. That constant, solid base, drawing your energy up from the earth and then lifting up and coming back to center. Taking your hands forward, we're going to just come into a nice easy forward bend. So rounding in the head and the neck, taking your chin to your chest, and then walking your hands forward or sliding them forward, whatever works for you. Just easing out in the lower back. And don't worry, we're going to come off our cross-leg pose any minute now. Folding forward, easing through the whole of your spine, and then coming back. Well done. Coming up into a squat, so pop your feet flat to the floor, lift yourself up, coming into that squat, whatever squat works for you. So you might be up on toes, you might be flat-footed, but have a wiggle. So think about moving through the hips, so just sending the left knee down, bringing the right knee up, and then the same on the other side. So hands are just to the floor in front of you. And we're just having a nice big wiggle. What this also does is stretch out toes. So when you come with that knee down towards the ground, the toes underneath are getting a nice big stretch, stretching out through the sole of your foot. Nice wiggle side to side. And then taking your feet a little further apart, making that movement a little bit bigger. So we're just in this nice dynamic squat, and a little wider as well. Oh, my hips are going clunk, clunk, click. Anybody else got some clunks and clicks going on? So we're walking the hands over, so quite a bit of weight in the hands, supporting yourself. And then when you come over to the side, pushing down, so taking that hip down towards the ground. So we're getting this nice big opening up under the legs. So we're warming the legs up beautifully for all the other asana that we're going to be practicing together today. So when you come over to the side, your toes are up towards the ceiling on your extended leg, and your toes are having a nice big stretch on the bent leg. You've got a really good bend in the knee, and you've got some nice compression in the right extended leg. If you stay nice and low. Oh, maybe didn't stay there very long. Here we go. And then come back to center. So we're back in the center. Set your feet up nice and strong so that you can come up into goddess pose. Bringing yourself up, hips are low. Toes are out towards the sides. Elbows in line with your shoulders, hands pointing up to the ceiling. Just check if you're leaning forward. I am. So I'm going to stand up a little taller and then sink down. And then into your right toes, so lifting the right heel, and then heel down, lifting the left heel. And left heel down, right heel up. And then over to the other side, one more time, that's it, left heel up. And then both at the same time, if that works for you. And balance, and straighten. Come to Prasarita Padottanasana, folding forward. Take your head and your arms down towards the ground. Lengthen through your legs, send your sit bones up towards the ceiling. A little bit of a bend in your knees. And breathe. In through your nostrils, out through your mouth. Lengthening through the backs of your legs, sending your sit bones up towards the ceiling. And we're perfectly placed now to do another couple of lovely twists. So right hand directly on the floor in front of your face. And then push the floor away, straighten your right arm, and lift your left arm and swing it up towards the ceiling. Notice what happens with your hips here. Maybe bring your arm back down to the floor. Notice where your hips are. See if you can keep them exactly where they are and take that left arm back out again so that we just get that twist in the upper body, not in the hips. Breathe, opening your left shoulder out to the side. Still sending your sit bones up towards the ceiling. So still lengthening through the backs of your legs. And then bringing your left arm all the way around and down. Place it where your right hand was, releasing your right hand. And then we're going to swoop right hand out to the side and up towards the ceiling. So try not to rest all your weight into your arm. Keep most of your weight in your legs and your feet. And allow that right arm to really reach up towards the ceiling. Breathe, relax your belly, and bring your right arm back down. Frog in my throat again this morning. And right hand now over to your left foot. We'll take both hands over to your left foot. Find a hold. So hold on around your ankle or around your calf or your toes, whatever is more comfortable for you. And then we're going to turn that left arm up towards the ceiling again. So a little bit more of a twist. Again, watch out for your hips going out of line. They'll probably want to. Just gently coax them back. And reaching up. Fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then come back down. And let's go over to the other side. So left hand to right leg. And right arm swooping up, reaching up to the ceiling, looking up if that works for you, and keeping your hips level. So if you get yourself into this position and then you check on your hips, it might be that you need to adjust, and then you'll probably find really quite a nice intense stretch. And all the while, we've got this lovely inversion going on as well. And then right arm coming back down, right hand to left, right leg, left hand to left leg. And allow your head and neck to be heavy. Soften through your belly. Close your eyes if that balance is okay for you. And just notice the feelings of flow and opening up in your sinuses. Relax your mouth completely. Allow your lips and your tongue to be entirely at rest. And then we're going to be coming up slowly. So use your legs and your arms to gently walk up, keeping your head low. So walking your hands up your legs, coming all the way back up to standing. Well done. That was quite a long time. in inversion. So let's just settle here for a moment. Take a deep in breath, arms out to the side. On your exhale, turning to take your right hand behind you. Hips stay facing forwards. Inhale, coming back to center. On your exhale, left hand behind you. Right hand comes forward. On your inhale, back to center. On your exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. On your inhale, back to center. One last time at your own pace. Keep those hips forward, just the torso, and then bringing your hands back down. Let's walk the legs in, bringing them back to center, and let's come into Tadasana. So feet not quite together, and maybe not quite hip width apart. Come to where it feels comfortable for you and strong. I want you to feel really strong here. And close your eyes. Think about drawing up energy from the earth, from the ground. Think about sending your energy back down to share with everybody and the universe. And think about your feet being really grounded. Your weight dropping down evenly through the fronts and the backs and the sides of your feet, and your weight being completely in the middle. And then opening your shoulders out, taking your shoulder blades together, letting your arms come to the side, palms facing forwards, shoulders feeling strong. From there, your neck lifting, head lifting, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Notice what's going on in your pelvis. Are you sending your tailbone out? Are you tucking it under? Do both. So send your tailbone up and out behind you, rounding through the belly, and then bringing your hips under, squeezing your glutes, rolling your pelvis forwards, and then come to neutral. Find what is absolutely neutral for you, lifting up from there. Let's take a breath here in mountain pose or Tadasana. Strong and steady like a mountain. Everything comes and goes and the mountain stays pretty much constant. So that's our mountain pose. Lovely. Let's come from here into Trikonasana. So again, we're going back, we're giving the hips a little bit of a breather there. So we're going back to having a bit more of a wide-legged stance. It doesn't need to be terribly wide. Just go to where is comfortable for you. And then we're going to take the arms out to the sides. Look over to the right. So that nice big sharp turn, the chin over to the right shoulder again. And then we're going to just check on the feet. If you want to take the right toes out a little, take the right toes out a little. Just do what feels comfortable and adjust as you go along. And then we're going to slide over to the right. So think about taking that movement right from around the tops of your hips and your ribs. And then coming down, so right arm down, left arm up. And when you're here, you can adjust a little more if you wish. If you feel constricted, open your legs up a little further, slide down a little more. What you want to watch out for is not trying to get over to the side as much as possible. It is trying to open your shoulders up so your left shoulder is stacked on your right, or is in line. I don't think stacked is quite the right word. And we don't tend to lean on that right leg, tend to just have the back of your arm or the back of your hand gently touching in. It gives you quite a lot of support, just pushing into the inner edge of your lower leg. Lift your pelvic floor, pulling your belly button gently towards your spine. And enjoy that gorgeous big stretch around the left hip into the left side of your lower back, even into the mid back, and up under your left arm. And then we're going to lift to come out. So take your attention to your left hand and take that helping hand to lift you out, coming all the way back up. Keep your arms up. Let's stay in the pose. You can adjust your feet if you wish. I'm assuming you found a really comfortable position, so just do the same on the other side. And then we're going to turn, looking over to the right. Gaze, your drishti point is the middle finger, so just the tip of your middle finger. And then ready? Focus on your knees for a second, just give them a little bit of a bend if they are locked, and then we're going to slide left, go all the way, reach, and then come down. So that left hand again, giving you that little bit of support. Check your shoulders. If you're leaning forward, open up, come off a little if you need to. And breathe. Send your attention to the top of your right hip now. Unlock that left leg if it's locked. Make it work a little harder. Remembering to breathe. And then looking for that sensation of being gently pulled up by your right hand, lifting up to come out. Well done. Hands to hips. Let's come into Prasarita Padottanasana gently. Halfway. Go to halfway. So hips out behind you, kneecaps lifted, just tiny little amount. And then taking your hands to the floor, bringing your feet together, coming into downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, here we are. Shoulders are wide, head and neck completely relaxed. Nothing going on in the head and neck in terms of holding on with any muscles. Just allow your head to be heavy. Widen your shoulders. Give yourself lots of space between your arms, your head. Push the floor away. Get that length in the arms and the back. Sending your sit bones just a little bit of a tilt up towards the ceiling. Give yourself that extra stretch in the backs of your legs. Taking your heels down towards the mat. Gently bringing your belly button towards your spine. Lovely, really nice. We're holding here, focus on your breath. Completely empty, completely fill if you can. And then looking forward, come into your plank position. So your shoulders above your wrists, legs are long, shoulders are lifted, so you're pushing the floor away. Holding in this plank. Think about how strong your core is here. And if you ever need to come out, you just take your knees down and then come back when you can. And now we're going to take the knees down to the mat. So knees down to the mat. Release your feet. Bend your elbows. And slowly coming down into a half chaturanga and then all the way to the mat. Straight into Bhujangasana. So your hands are probably just about in the right place. Adjust them if you need to. Hands flat to the floor, either side of your chest, elbows pointing backwards. Pressing the tops of your feet into the floor, engaging your legs. Squeezing your glutes. Squeezing the muscles in your lower back, your mid back, and your upper back. Squeezing all the muscles, lifting away, peeling away from your mat. Coming into a cobra pose, Bhujangasana. No weight in your arms, just gently there for decoration and a little support perhaps. And then releasing slowly back down. Keep that engagement in your glutes. Lowering very gently and bringing your forearms stacked in front of you to rest your forehead, to rest your neck. Let go of any muscles holding on in your pelvis. So you let go of any tension in your glutes, in your legs, in your lower back. So we've done quite a nice big back bend, and we'll do another back bend. We'll add on to Bhujangasana. Then we'll come into locust, and then we'll do some counter poses. So with all of the side body work, we also want to make sure that we are keeping the core nice and strong and flexible, and the back too. Nothing in the body works or exists in isolation. We need to make sure that all of the partners are equally looked after. So looking forward now, bringing your hands back to where they were, pressing the tops of your feet into the floor, quick engagement of the legs, hips, lower back, mid back, upper back, curling round. When you get to the top point, bringing some pressure to bear into your arms and hands, and giving yourself as much of a stretch as works for you, for your back. Backs are incredibly personal. Everybody's got a backstory and a back, let's say back Achilles heel, but that just sounds a bit confusing. Everybody's got their own back worry, their back niggle, their back bit that goes when things aren't working right. So you have to be really aware of yours, very protective, gently encouraging at the same time. Keep your shoulders wide, still pressing the backs of the tops of your feet into the floor even. And remember to breathe. Come back halfway and hold. Let's put some pressure into the arms here, holding halfway. Nice big work for the arms, backs of your arms, pressing your fingertips into the floor, holding all your weight just there, and release, coming all the way back down, stretching your arms out, forehead to your mat. So tuck your chin to your chest, bringing your forehead to your mat, and allow your pelvis and your legs to completely relax. Nice, deep, slow breaths here. So we're activating the back muscles one more time here, or maybe twice, depending on how we do. Looking forwards, taking your arms off. Sometimes it's more helpful to press the floor down. If you're coming into Shalabhasana or locust, press the floor, lift your chest, sort of untuck yourself, put your ribs, your lower ribs onto the mat firmly. So you're already a little bit off the mat. So you're not doing all of the work just in your back muscles. You've set yourself up in your posture to help you. So ribs are down, lift your arms off. Then we're going to squeeze into the glutes, thighs, calves, lifting your legs off. So arms are forward, legs pointing out behind you. And everything is off the floor, apart from as little of your mid-body, your torso, as possible. So lift, squeeze into those glutes, squeeze into your back, nicely already warmed up. Squeeze, 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 and then let's bring the elbows back. Bring the elbows back, maybe you get a little bit more lift. Squeezing your elbows behind you. And release, bringing your hands to the mat, tucking up and round, coming into Balasana. Bringing your knees under, folding yourself over your thighs. So long in the body, fold and fall and flow down towards the ground. Forehead forwards, maybe touching the mat. And find the position that you need for your arms. Either reaching forwards, gently by your side, or hands down by your feet. Think about breathing into the sides of your body here. Into the top of your chest. And stay here for one more round of breath. And then gently drawing yourself up. We're coming into one more standing pose. So a lot of up and down today. Keep us all on our toes. Tuck your toes under and gently pushing back. So your hands are flat to the mat. Toes are tucked under and lift your knees off. Sit yourself back onto your heels if you can. And then walking your hands up, coming into a squat on your toes. So you're up high on toes into a squat. Fingertips to the floor for balance, or bring your hands off, bring them into Namaste Mudra. And you will probably need to focus quite strongly here on your balance. From here, we're going to come up to standing. So either come up from your toes position, or you can take your heels down to the floor as you start to stand up. There we go. Take your legs wide, but your left toes facing forward. So set yourself up as if you were coming into a warrior one. So hips are forward, facing the narrow end of your mat. Right leg is back, left leg is forward. And then we're going to bend that left knee, coming into a lovely low lunge. You might need to, or want to, or be able to squish that right leg back a little bit. Back leg probably up on toes so that you can have your hips facing forwards and in line with the narrow end of your mat. Hands to hips for now. So we're coming into a nice strong twist. Take your hands to heart center, pressing the palms of your hands in together. And we're going to take the right elbow on the outside edge of the left leg. And it might be easier, sometimes it is, to put your arm there first and then come back into Anjali Mudra. Or you're just simply putting your elbow down here and then pressing your hands together to twist around. So nice big twist. How did I end up facing the wrong way? Stay where you are, stay where you are, stay where you are, hold. There we go. So lengthen through that back leg, nice straight leg. Hips are dropped down. Back of the right arm into the back of the left leg. Drop those hips a little lower. Nice big twist. The more you press your hands together, the more twist you'll get in the torso. And then release, bringing your hands down either side of your left foot. Just a little dip. Take that right knee down to the floor. Release that right leg, right foot. And then just press your hips down towards the ground. Breathing away any tension in the hips. And then tucking your toes under, stepping that right foot forward, stepping the left foot back, and taking the knee down to the mat. So exactly the same as you were just doing. Knee down, hips low, hands either side of the mat, left foot relaxed, right knee bent. And then tucking your toes under, so left foot tucked under, left leg straightened now, so lifting your knee off the mat, and then come up, hands together, and bring yourself into your twist on the other side. So hands pressing together, the elbow wedged in to the outer edge of your right leg this time, dropping your hips. Nice big twist. And remember to breathe as well as you can with all the restriction. And then releasing, coming up and to center, hands to hips. Last Prasarita Padottanasana, so folding forward, lift your knees, come all the way down. Nice, easy forward fold. Walking your feet in together, so take your hands down to the mat, bring your feet together. Coming up, legs are together, taking your arms up, and we're going to come to sitting via chair. So Utkatasana, bring your feet together, knees together, thighs together, pressing in and sitting back. Bending your knees, bending at the hips, coming into your chair pose, long in the lower back, in fact, long in the whole of your back, and then coming back into squat, bringing yourself into Baddha Konasana. So soles of your feet together, knees out to the side. Well done. Hold on to your feet and gently pull yourself forward. Nice little stretch in the lower back and the hips. After all that twisty constriction of our revolved lunge that we've just done. Allow your breath to come back to this beautiful steady in and out, and then coming back up. Come back up to sitting. Well done. Pressing down on your knees and opening up in the hips. See if you can consciously let go of any tension in the hips that you haven't quite managed to get to yet in our practice today. And then bringing your knees up, give yourself a hug, take the feet off the floor if that works for you. Bringing your forehead down to your knees. So we're coming into this little ball shape, balanced on our sit bones, or not quite, just off the back of the sit bones. And then we're coming into our last twist, and we're going to do that lying on the ground. So find that you have enough space, hopefully, on your mat, and gently lengthen your arms. Then change your hold to behind your thighs. Move your legs away. Straighten the arms, so we're holding on. We're holding on, stretching the shoulders, stretching the upper arms, the forearms, using the weight of your legs to just gently pull your arms. And then releasing, so letting go of the hold if that works for you. And you will find yourself in a boat, in Navasana. And we're going to go from Navasana down to lying on the mat. So come down how works for you. And bring your hands to your belly, your lower belly. Take a breath in and out. And in, feel that breath moving your whole torso, especially into your belly, as full as you can, making your belly into a drum, and then breathing out long and slow and steady out breath. And pressing into the back of your head, lifting your shoulders off, and then lengthening through your spine, widening across your shoulders, and placing your arms back down. Taking your arms out to the sides, bringing your knees up to the ceiling, feet are flat to the floor. We're just coming into our lovely last twist. So taking your knees over to the right side. If you'd like to, you can add on here by crossing your left leg over your right and then coming into that twist. But just watch out for the left shoulder, keep it pinned to the mat. And if that doesn't work or work for you or feel good, come into your regular side twist. And remember to take your head over to the opposite side. And relax. Well done with all the twisting and the side bending. Always a bit challenging when you start doing things. But in everyday life, we don't tend to do so much. Bringing your head back to center now, bringing your legs back to center. Change the cross if you are crossing. Otherwise, just taking your legs over to the other side. Watch out for the right shoulder this time, and then head coming over to the right side. See if you can relax your arms, soften through your arms. Let them feel heavy. Don't have to hold on to anything here. Letting go. Starting to bring back to mind the breath that we began with. A sort of 4-part breath with your pause on full and your pause on empty. And again, bringing back to mind what you are holding and carrying and doing and saying to yourself that is not kind or gentle or helpful. And then filling up with what you need more of, to be more you. You need to be more you, not less you. You are you. Don't fight you. Be you. Coming back to center. Bringing your knees back to center. And with that, give yourself a big hug. Huge hug. Squeeze those thighs into your chest. Engage the whole of each arm. Squeeze into your neck and throat. Squeeze across your shoulders. And relax. Bring yourself into Shavasana. Find what you need to be comfortable. Close your eyes. Let everything go. Go straight into deep relaxation. Breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Breathing softly, gently, easily, and emptying on every single out breath, completely emptying the breath from your body. On the in breath, filling up. Bringing light and warmth and positivity and all the things that you need more of in your life to be more you, unapologetically, unashamedly, vibrantly, enthusiastically, contentedly and joyfully you. Softening all the muscles, relaxing all the bones, softening through all the tissues, knowing that your body is this beautiful, complete, whole entity, perfectly, beautifully functioning, sailing you through life. Knowing that your thoughts and feelings and emotions and your spirit and your body are all together in one place, strong, purposeful, yet completely at ease and relaxed. And as you breathe in and out, I invite you to imagine you're standing in a beautiful garden, barefoot on soft, warm grass, listening to birds singing, little tiny birds swooping around. And in front of you, there's a stand of bamboo, tall, lots of leaves. And the wind is blowing. You can hear the rustling of the leaves and see the light dancing on the leaves. And the bamboo is moving. It's very slim, long trunks moving gently as the wind blows through the leaves. The breeze ruffles the leaves, and the bamboo trunk moves gently, swaying easily, constantly moving, tiny little movements, strong enough to bend and not break. And the sky is blue and the sun is warm and the air is fresh. And you take in deep, wonderful breaths right down to the whole of your torso, into your toes, into your fingertips. And as you breathe out, you let go. And now gently bringing yourself back, feeling completely relaxed and at ease. Bringing yourself back to where you are right now in your physical body. And taking with you today a deep sense of contentment and joy that you are you. A deep sense of gratitude and contentment, the life you have created. the lives you have created. Gently bringing yourself still in this bubble to lie on your right side. Taking an inhale, nice and deep, steady and slow. On your exhale, gently coming up to sitting. Bringing your hands to heart center. Pressing your hands firmly in towards each other and then rubbing them together to get some heat and some warmth. When you're ready, when you feel you have almost got sparks flying, cup your hands over your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and as you do, gently open your eyes into that space. On an exhale, taking your hands down to heart center. And namaste. Thank you for joining me on the mat. Always a privilege to have you. And thank you for joining you, mind, body, and spirit, in one place, strong and steady and settled and able to be your best version.